Hello, my beautiful Leo. How are you doing? My name is SimplyVelca, and today, darling, we're going to be doing your weekly horoscope tarot reading for the month of July 2021. So if you find any cards that resonate with you in this weekly reading, darling, be sure to let me know in the comments below, Leo, which cards resonate with you and how they do, darling, because that is how I keep up with you, is through the comments. As well, if you enjoy this tarot reading today, or you just enjoy my vibe, Leo, I'd appreciate it if you were to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot, and I always am appreciative of it, Leo, when you guys take that extra step to do that for me. But remember, when it comes to receiving my weekly readings, Leo, that they're just here for some food for thought, a perspective for you to be considering, but never making the choices in your life, because it's your life to live, Leo, not mine. So with all that being said, darling, let's just get into your weekly horoscope reading for July, the month of July 2021, Leo. Let's jump into this, right? Let's see where you guys, Leo, are currently at, where your emotions, where your feelings are at in this journey. The Judgment card. All right. So with this Judgment card, you're bringing things back into this natural balance, the natural order of things. Having things get back into this natural order is something I keep on hearing. Natural order, Aries, Leo. So with this, you guys are taking, I always see the Judgment card as like doing like the right thing even though like it scares you, doing like the right thing even though you're about to sign yourself up for the mother load of consequences, whether those consequences are positive or negative or just neutral, darling. It just is this sense of where you're doing what needs to be done in order to get things back into balance, right? And as a Libra, Leo, I always appreciate that kind of effort. So we have here the Eight of Swords coming in the upright. So a lot of you guys, Leo, I feel like you are taking action in terms of what's been making you personally stuck, right? With this Eight of Swords, if you look at the card, if you look at the individual, rather, this is an individual who is trapped, or allegedly trapped around swords, stuck in her situation, right? Completely blindfolded. But this is due to her own illusions. This is of her own making, because she could just walk out, right? This is some swords, darling. You can walk around it, right? It doesn't need to be explained. And so it shows to me, Leo, you guys are kind of holding yourself accountable and doing like, for some of you guys, you may be making those hard decisions. Some of you guys may be trying to quit smoking. Some of you guys are trying to get yourself into a better, healthier routine in some type of aspect. Some of you guys are making some hard decisions in terms of, being like the bigger person in terms of work life or social, perhaps, right? The World card coming in, closing out cycles as well. The World card coming in, this is kind of like the overall theme. You guys, Leo, have been doing something for a while that probably it's not been of your favor, right? So this really hones back into the message of just like addictions of some sort, bad habits, right? Maybe you're trying to cut back on your social media consumption or something of that nature, in terms of like, if it's not nearly as self and more about exterior, then maybe this is like making the hard decision and being like, ugh, this person just isn't good for me anymore. This job just isn't good for me anymore. And finally making the hard choice and just being like, all right, this is the ending of our cycle when it comes to this, right? Nine of Swords coming in the upright as well. This shows to me like the mental toll that it's taking on you. This shows to me, Aries, why this is the Judgment card comes in more so than like the Hanged Man or like the Nine of Wands or something like this, because it's like, this is not an easy decision for you to have come to. This is something where it's like, it's taking a lot of mental fortitude, a lot of willpower to maintain to this, keeping the course with this, Aries. Or why do I keep on call you Aries, Leo? I apologize. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So you're really trudging your feet with this. Like you're maybe trying to find any other way possible, Leo, and being like, oh, could I possibly just do it this way? Could I still possibly like have a healthier lifestyle, but still eat these fried Oreos or whatever, right? That kind of example, Leo. You're trying to find like a loophole, I feel, and like digging your feet and just being like, oh, is there just any other way that I can go about doing this, right? You don't want to just go right through, darling, but that's the message though, is where it's like, kind of just have to do it, right? To bring things into balance, you have to walk through that spooky part. for yourself, Leo. So yeah, I do feel like we need to get a closing card for this. We have here the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Because here's the thing, Leo, you acknowledge that this isn't good for you. You acknowledge eating those deep fried Oreos, honey, as delicious as they might be to you. It's not good for you. But this weird, it's like you have like this weird relationship with this where it's like, it's something toxic, right? It's something that just has you feeling good. But at the same time, you can't quite leave it. It's like that, it's just like that one thing of where it's like, you know, it's that guilty pleasure, right? Where that guilty pleasure, whether it be in a person, whether it be in this relationship, toxic relationship, friendship that you should be leaving, darling, but you don't want to leave it because you don't want to be alone. Maybe that's what your issue is, right? The idea, you're just trying to find any other way but through it, Leo. So yeah, let's see how this week continues out for you though, because that's where you're currently at. How does this week turn out for my Leos? All right, I see this as a sword card. Six of Swords, resolution and moving on, right? I like this card. So you guys kind of come to terms with things. You do find a resolution with this situation that you're kind of freaking out about, right? Nine of Swords, you kind of realize the illusions that this is all in and it's not that serious. And for you, like, you just make the hard choice. And even if it is serious, let me not play down y'all's situation, Leo. That's not respectful of me. You just make the choices, right? You keep it moving. And that's what my Leos are always known for. It's just like, y'all may be stressed the heck out, darling, but you're trust and believe you guys are still going to persevere. You're going to do what you need to do to get you to the next step, right? Naturally, of course, right? Even if that means you have to make yourself uncomfortable. But, you know, you're only human. You're going to just naturally find a way, you know, see if there's a way to, like, go about doing this differently, right? There's like, is it like Steve Jobs, honey, where there's just like a lazy person? You want to hire a lazy person because they'll find like the easiest way to get something done, right? In that nature. It's kind of like what it is for you. I feel like you're going through that phase and just being like, all right, is there an easier way to do this? Do I have to go through this, right? Like, you don't want to, but and you will if you have to, but you want to just make sure, get all your lines, you know, ducks in a row, darling, and be like, all right, if I have to do this, then all right, right? Two of Swords in the up and the reverted for you. You know, you make the move. You've been at this crossroads for a while because you've been being like, all right, maybe I don't have to do this. You know, you don't have to commit to one way or another. And, you know, I feel like you're just coming to terms with things, Leo, and you're just being like, all right, I gotta do it this way, right? I gotta play by the rules, I guess, right? You have to play by the rules, Leo, just like everybody else, right? Just like everybody else. 10 of Cups, though, you're going into a lot more happiness, even though right now for you, Aries, why do I keep wanting to call you Leo? Leo. I wish I could just be calling you Leo. Aries. It's just because I just did the reading last, Aries. Leo. Now that I like am talking about Aries, it's just in my brain. Anyways, Leo, I do apologize. 10 of Cups coming in though. This is really confirming to me where it's like, yeah, you're uncomfortable right now. The idea of doing this, right? The idea of you separating yourself, closing out that cycle, Leo, with that World card. Like, you know, maybe the idea of being by yourself for a little bit spooks you out. But with that 10 of Cups there, I mean, this is the card of family. This is the card of just overall, like, fulfillment. You have, like, the white picket fence, the perfect job, what have you, right? You have it all. Right, but especially like you're feeling good internally. It's not just about like finances, Leo, because I don't feel like this is really like your focal point. It's more so just trying to have like good, fulfilling, just having fulfillment, right? That's what I feel like it is for you, Leo. You're craving fulfillment. Knight of Cups coming in as well, and it's through you transitioning on, it's through you moving on. You get this fulfillment. You get something, it's almost like this sense of like either a gift being offered or someone coming forward to you, right? If this is about you transitioning on from a social situation, Leo. So let's see here. 10 of Swords in the reverse coming in here. So 10s reference closures to cycles, Leo, as well as with this, it feels to me, Leo, if this is about like having a tough conversation with somebody, I do see things coming around. I do see things turning around with this. There may be some space that needs to happen. The moon card, something being revealed. Yeah, Leo. So I feel like you guys are really stressing about like worst case scenario with something. And that's what's been keeping you at this crossroads, Two of Swords, right? You've been really stressing out about this. But then once you do it, once you actually are like, you kind of accept the fact that there's no loophole, darling, that you kind of have to just go straight through it, you realize it's not that bad, right? And it's through this that you have a better you have a better sense of direction where you like where your next steps are going to be, right? That's where I really feel this as. I don't really feel this Knight of Cups as a sense of where it's like, I feel like this just comes in as a sense of like clarity and being like, all right, I don't need to really like, you don't need to be stressing too much. It's not necessarily worst case. It's not quite worst case scenario. I feel like this Knight of Cups is going to be coming at a time where it's just like, all right, things aren't as bad as I thought they were. I feel like that's what how it's going to be for you, Leo. So with all that, Leo, now let's get into your spirit guide messages. What it is that you should be looking out for. What is it that you should, Leo, be looking out for, and what it is you should be working on. Let's see what's going on, Leo. Queen of Wands, tenacity and just going forward. Leo, staying the course. This is your energy, right? Wands is fire energy, Leo, naturally. And so you guys, your biggest thing is just staying the course, staying motivated, which I'm sure, as I was just like spouting out about like a couple minutes ago, Leo, I'm not really concerned about you guys in terms of just like, y'all are gonna do what you need to do to get things done, darling. That's just how it is. My Leos don't accept anything less. So let's get some clarifiers on this. Your spirit guides messages here really are just making sure for you to maintain this. Temperance card, you know, keeping a nice balance of your emotions, of course, naturally, right? This is where it's just like staying the course, you know, making sure that you're doing good, Leo. You are making sure that even through this journey, even through you going through the midst of this, that you acknowledge that this is not just your reality now. Like what you're feeling, what you're going through now isn't like going to be like what's going on for the rest of your life, right? You know, you're seeing like the bigger picture. You're focusing on the bigger picture. We have the Four of Pentacles coming in as well in the reverse. So this is proving to me, Leo, where it's like you're pulling out from something, right? That you've been really thinking about, all right? Pulling out your investments and whatever it is. Judgment card trying to come out in the back of the deck as well. Really, this honing in on like making this hard decision, Leo, where it's just like making the choice of being like, all right, I got to pull out of this. I got to do something else that's for the betterment of myself, right? We have here the Page of Cups in the reverse, Leo. So yeah, it does feel like you guys, Leo, are having to like reject something, pull out from something and be like, all right, I thought this is for me, but this actually just isn't, right? You know, you tested it out and you're just like, all right, like this isn't for me, but let me keep on searching, right? You don't have to worry about settling. This is the thing, Leo. I feel like that's the main message coming in, is where it's just like, don't feel like you have to settle, Leo. There's nothing coming in the sense of where it's like you're not going to be finding, you know, new love. You're going to find new connections. You're going to find new opportunities. Just because this might feel a little bit good, right? This is the sense, right? It's very much so Eight of Cups energy, Leo, of where it's like the Eight of Cups, those 8 cups may be fine and dandy, right? It may be sustaining on some level, but those 8 cups aren't 10 cups, right? And you want 10 cups. And so you kind of have to make the choice of like going out, you know, leaving those 8 cups, right? Leaving that comfort zone in the journey in the hopes that something better is off in the distant future, right? You have to let go of your current though. So that's really the message that's coming in for you, Leo, where it's just like, just don't feel like you have to settle, because you don't. Don't settle whatsoever. 9 of Cups coming in the reverse. Yeah, because here's the thing. If you choose to settle for this, Leo, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be happy, and I know that you know, maybe you've even tried to settle with this for a while. You know, you maybe have tried to make it work for some level, but it's just not, you know, you kind of have to just like accept things of how they're going to be and just keep going through, right? Just, you know, don't worry about I feel like a lot of you Leos are gonna like think back and like stressing out and being like, what if I regret this decision? What if I choose to like walk away from this, right? And there's not actually 10 cups out in the distant future, right? And then you're just left with no cups instead. That's not the case, Leo. I don't even feel like going into that too much because that's just preposterous, darling. We all are going to get to our 10 cups, right? Never, 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 never settle, Leo. Never settle. So now, darling. All right, now, Leo, let's get into your social situations this week. What's going on socially for my Leos for the month of July 2021? We have Seven of Rings, Seven of Pentacles coming in here. So new investments into things, definitely this sense, Leo. I feel like you're gonna find new people. You're going to figure out like what it is that you want to tend to, Leo, and what it is like, and figure out like what weeds you need to pull out from your garden. I feel like right now you're kind of like seeing like which connections in your life are fitting for your life and that you can see yourself going in the long haul for, and which connections in your life are just seasonal, where you have to like pull them out after the season is over, right? And that maybe that's been like the common theme during your entire general portion of your reading, Leo, of where it's like, you know, there's not necessarily, get it out, Velka, may not necessarily be anything wrong with these people, right? They may have not done anything to you directly, but it's just like, you know the connection just isn't for you anymore, and so you have to move on, right? And that's like the hardest part, Leo. It's so hard to get the other side to understand, even in ourselves sometimes, to understand that it's like connections can end without there being like on a nasty bad note, right? And so when it's like, especially if it's about a connection, be like, hey, this just isn't for me anymore, they're gonna want to know why. It's like, well, what did I do something wrong? It's just like, well, no, we're just not fitting anymore. We're not a match, right? And so that's like the hardest part. Death card coming in, darling, to really hone in on this message. I do feel like you guys this week are just Leo figuring out picking out the weeds or the things that are no longer relevant in your life and keeping what's going to be good long term, like those avocado trees, right? Hierophant coming in, finding like those good connections that, you know, again, goes to that long term, speaks on that stability, speaks in terms of just like that sense of just like having those good people who will continue to push you and not have you be stagnant, right? Those people who are going to hold you accountable, Leo, to make those hard decisions, to cut those bad habits, right? Chariot card coming in, baby. Your social situation definitely this week, that's probably where a lot of y'all's transitions are, Leo, is in regards to your social life, because you're getting just nothing but major arcana clarifiers. And so this is showing to me major transitions, if the death card, darling, isn't like hinting at that enough. The Chariot card coming in, where it's more so like, yeah, this is the right path for you. Though something is coming in, though. King of Swords. So yeah, so the main theme here, Leo, is where it's like you almost have to just learn to like internally accept that social situation for how it is, not arguing about it, and being like the adult in the situation. That's really like the theme, of where it's just like you're being the adult in a situation. You're not arguing. There's no yelling. There's no fighting. You're just being like, hey, going at things in a responsible way. And I feel like that's going to bring you a lot of just self-peace, Leo. It may not feel this way right now for yourself, where, you're just stressing about it, especially because I keep thinking about that Nine of Swords for you, Leo. But it's like right now it may not make sense, but later on you're going to be so happy. I promise you, Leo, you're going to be so happy after the fact, after you made these tough decisions, right? So now, Leo, let's get into your financial and career this week. What's going on for my Leos for the week of July 2021? What's going on for their financial and their career? What's going on for my Leos? We have the Queen of Cups going on. All right, this is a good card to be having. This is a really good card to be having, Leo. You're feeling pretty good. It's showing to me this week when it comes to your finances and work life, but clarifiers can tell us a completely different story, Leo. So let's see here. Sun card coming in the upright. So yeah, some good news is on its way when it comes to your financial situations, Leo. I really do feel like this is a strong week for you guys in terms of productivity. the Sun card and this Queen of Cups, you're feeling, you know, naturally, I'm going to just feed into this narrative, right? Where it's like you get yourself on a more scheduled routine, right? You start eating healthier. You start making a point to like working out. You get rid of those addictions, smoking, darling, right? Whatever your vice is, right? At the start of the week, somehow plays like this snowball effect for you, Leo, of where it's just like then every other facet of your life starts improving, including your financial, right? Three of Swords coming in here. This is where you guys are currently at, probably with your finances. And Six of Swords, some of you guys may be freaking out as if you have to be looking for a new stream of revenue. You may be thinking if you need to worry about getting a new job of some sort. King of Pentacles in the reverse as well. So yeah, you guys are freaking out, Leo, right now in terms of your finances, in terms of where you are going in the long haul when it comes to your career. And I feel like... I don't know. I feel like some good news is definitely coming in. Some of you guys may be getting like a raise, promotion. I feel like something's going to just like really affirm you in your place financially and what it is that you're doing for your career. You're gonna have something that really is just like, all right, like this is like you can breathe, right? So yeah, I feel like that's the cards that I have for you this week, Leo. I hope you enjoyed this tarot reading for the month of July 2021, honey. If you did, Leo, let me know in the comments below which cards resonated with you and how they did, darling, as well as if you found any cards that resonated. Give this video a like and subscribe, honey, because like really does help a lot. But so silly. But if you'd like to book a private personal reading with me, Leo, my website is simplyvelca.com. I leave a link down below in the comments as well as the description. Next to my social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram is all just Simply Velca, darling. And yeah, hopefully, Leo, I can connect with you sometime in the near future. But until then, I love you so much, darling. Bye.